Right. No problem. Appreciate it.
So this show was curated with the intention to acknowledge kind of the complicated and problematic layers of being involved in an institution, especially with with one hand you're invited into an institution, with the other hand you're suffocated by it or rejected by it. So that's kind of how we collected our friends together to speak to that experience, and some of the folks who are in the show have experienced vandalism of their work the last time they were here, or while their work is in the studio, and we have some people that used to study here as well who had a complicated time when they were studying here. So that's kind of what some of the work is about. I wanted to do a land acknowledgement and honor that we are on stolen land. We're on the stolen land of the Chinook band of the Monuna people. And I wanted to acknowledge that we are settler colonizers on stolen land, Indigenous land. So this is a tribute to our Indigenous tribal elders. Cool. So thank you very much. I just wanted to welcome V, who is going to grace us with their presence. Thank you.
Thank you, Bo. Thank you all so much for making it tonight. Like Bo said, this show was curated by Bo because we as BIPOC people don't experience institutions the same way that white het cis people do. And it's important that we come together and acknowledge our experiences together so that we don't live in silence and alone. So today what I want to do is shift away from my performance at Bad Next that I actually put down last year and move into a new kind of series of performances that I've been doing since I transitioned into a non-binary being. It's through poetry, drawing, and painting that I really find resolve and place in myself. As a Mexican migrant, as somebody who's undocumented, who's become documented, a citizen, I've had to go through a lot of really inhumane processes. And I feel like art and design give me a way to humanize myself and to connect with other humans in my community. So thank you all for connecting with me today. Thank you for letting me share my words a moment ago. Thank you both. Like I said, this is actually from a series of poems that I've been writing over the last 2 years, as I really negotiate this institution of man, What does it mean to be a person within this heteronormative patriarchy, this white supremacist system of power and beauty? So I turn a lot to the wisdom of my ancestors, and I turn a lot to your wisdom. And oftentimes when I find myself really mired in the problematic nature of the institutions that we kind of exist in together, I turn to you. And I've turned to you in the past, and I will probably turn to you in the future. So if we're not friends yet, let's be friends before you leave, okay? And I apologize because this poem is, again, it comes from my body and is this mix of Spanglish, imagined and remembered languages from the past. I will say words in Spanish, and I will refer to my ancestors and grandparents. So if there's a word you don't understand, I printed out a copy that you can look at and study more closely. Thank you for that opportunity, Bo. And Mo too, thank you. So the title of this poem is called Toro, Encantado. I have longed for so long to gaze upon the faces of my ancestors, to see them, to be able to peer into their eyes, to connect with them in an infinite, joyful spirit of love and creation. When I was very young, I heard my great-grandmother tell a story of an enchanted bowl. We gathered around the fire of the sidewalk in front of the adobe wall, standing against the wild, negative space leading to the poured concrete streets. We huddled around the fire, smelling the burning dry wood, twigs and leaves. On top of the sidewalk, on top of each other, cradling the cracks and slopes of doorsteps and boulder yards. Everyone face huddled around the light and the fire, directing their infinite gazes towards the soft, knowing coos of Mamai. Or was it Mamatila? Or was it me who witnessed the dissection of the prized bull of colonialism? Did the hacienda owner of Changuito have a name, a gentry, an origin? We were where we were from, and some were not from the village. And the village was there after it was not a village. It was a settlement of colonialism and nationalism. It filled with people who were not born of the land. Will colonism save the names of the colonized? Will nationalism speak the bodies of the nationalized? Who was that magical woman who butchered a bull's belly, replacing its contents, stomach and bofe, bile and blood, with gold and gem and bullion? So greedy and jealous was the hacienda owner, the hoarder. That hiding stolen treasure in an enchanted bull was the only revenge to the revolution of peasants and slaves, threatening the wealth and interest of human and environmental exploitation. Colonialism turns gold into shit. Our alchemy is turning gold camouflaged as shit back into gold. Late at night, when we are walking through our village, we listen for the sound of hooves on cobblestone. When we turn to face the bull, if we face the bull with fear, the bull hits us. The bull always hits us, and it turns to a giant pile of shit. We stink like shit, and people can smell us. When we turn to face the bull, if we face the bull with courage, the bull hits us. The bull always hits us, and it turns to a giant pile of gold, gems, and bullion. Thank you all. Please, if you have any questions, I'm happy to hang out in this corner of the gallery, but please take a look around and introduce each other to each other. Thank you.